What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So I would say right now everybody can agree that the Season 3 quality of life improvements really are going to be a big step in the right direction for Motorfest. Now, we all do know right now we did indeed end up getting the multi-scrapping and a new garage sorting feature, both of which, by the way, were probably going to be incredibly needed, especially that multi-scrapping feature, like my goodness. Anyway, though, guys, I did want to jump back on the Crew 2 for, looking at the final quality of life improvements on this game. Some of the quality of life improvements, I really do like them a lot, and I can't wait for them to be in Motorfest. The first one here probably is going to be incredibly useful. Looking at the main menu on the game here, guys, you obviously will see the filters on the left. You're going to see, like, the country, discipline, all that good stuff. But the big difference now is after this update, you are now going to see the current summit here. And upon first glance, though, you're probably going to be like, well, Block, like, we don't really need something like this. Like, is there a reason? I'm just going to go through my cars every time I do the summit, which, don't get me wrong, that could work, but I really do like actually having this feature because, for one, you can see exactly which vehicles you obviously have to use in these set events. You can also see what the restricted models are that you have to run, so, moving parts around and also sets is going to be a lot easier having a separate menu. Instead of, like, backing out looking for the vehicles you have to use, or even looking at the cars you have to run in that said summit, at least now you can look at an entire filter to where you only see the vehicles you have to run on it. That way you don't have to, like, back out and go to other things and be like, oh yeah, like, I have to use this Ford or I have to use this Chevy. Now you can actually see every vehicle in the said filter here instead of going, like, all over the place. I also do know that you can, like, change vehicle settings, like, in the actual event before you're going into it, but I do feel like having a separate filter is not only going to make it much easier, but also a lot less cluttered. Now, the next feature I really do think would be incredibly helpful in Motorfest was now just added to the Crew 2 in the recent update. That is going to be the small icon on the actual parts that you guys are running. So, for example, you're going to see a small score breaker set on this one. After that, you're then going to see a Nitro Chemist, then the Loot Digger. And you know what's funny about this, though, is when I first did end up seeing this coming out in the Crew 2, I immediately went, you know what? This is most likely going to be like a testing of the waters type of thing, to where it is most likely going to be showing up in Motorfest in the future, but they were probably like, you know what, guys? Let's go test this out on the Crew 2 and add this there and see what people think of it. I would say right now, basically everybody in the game probably wants this added, like, right now. Honestly, guys, I can't lie here, it really is going to be that much easier. For example, on Motorfest right now, and looking at your parts, you're probably like, wait a second, where is my Nitro Chemist set? Where is my Fame Magnet? Which was on the Crew 2. I always mix it up with the XP. Man, where is my Loot Digger? Like, a lot of people might be searching for their sets. I also do this every single time I am looking. Now you can actually see exactly where that said chemist set is. So if you have like 2 or 3 score breaker sets, or you might actually end up being like me though and having 2 or 3 chemist sets for one category, so you're probably like, wait, is this my Nitro Chemist build, or is that my Pure and Frenetic build? Which one is it? At least now, if you actually have the small icon above that picture, it's not only going to be much easier to find that set, you can also move around your sets a lot quicker.